Hi, this is Bret Martin. I wanted to make sure this video is coming through okay with my voice there. I hope you can all hear me, whether it be the evening, the morning, or the day. Good day to you. I want to talk about marketing right now. I want to talk about how I became the #1 producer in the industry. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over each individual piece of marketing for you. This will be the first time that I've ever done this. Ever. I've never put this in video form before, so this is really important for some of you. I would assume important for a lot of you to watch this. So I'm going to stay away from cancer until the very end, and then that way you can listen to me talk about my cancer later, just for a minute or two, about what the progress has made, and you're not going to get bored right now. So anyway, let's talk about money for a moment first, before we start talking about marketing itself. I carry walk around money with me. I'm not doing this to brag with you, but I usually have, I would say at least anywhere from about $3,000 to $5,000 on me. As I get down to my ones there as an example, I try to organize them, put them towards the bottom of the pile. I do like my bigger bills at the top of the pile when I'm looking at the pile. And I like to look at a $100 bill. I like to look at $50 bills. You know, some of you might right now say to yourself, you know, oh, it's fake money, it's this or that. Look, here's what I was gonna do. I even talked to my children about this. I was gonna go down to the bank and I was gonna order $1 million. Better yet, what I was gonna do, since I'd never seen it before in a video, I was going to go down and I was going to order $5 million from Genworth, or $6 or $7 or $8 million from Genworth Financial, and I was going to show a video of that much money on the table. But what I didn't know, you're not going to believe this, a lot of you know this, a lot of you don't, is that most of these videos are what they call, it's for all intents and purposes, fake money that they show in these videos and that they show on movies. I didn't know that. I didn't know that till I started talking to my kids about this particular video. But anyway, why do I show you this money? Why do I show you, this is my wallet, and you can plainly see there's my date of birth, there's my ID, this is what I carry with me each day. Okay, I carry this stuff with me each day, my cards, that's my Providence card for my health insurance. I just don't like wallets. I never have liked wallets. I've done it all, you know, I've tried the rubber band, all that crap. But so why am I talking about money before I talk about marketing? Look, you need money. Let's be honest with one another, or you wouldn't be on this platform. So I'm going to show you how to make a lot of money right now. I'm going to show you how to make how I made a boatload of money, and now I got a really good, great foundation in this industry. So anyway. First and foremost, whether you believe this or not, I'm going to move this closer and I'm going to sit back and relax. My voice is raspy because of this cancer. First and foremost, whether you believe this or not, this is the God's honest truth. What I first did when I got into this industry, I had came from the mortgage industry, and I was used to handing out signs during high school and after high school for my dad's business partners in real estate. And so it dawned on me, it was like, well, I'm going to get some real estate signs for this industry in 2007, the merchant cash advance industry, the industry you're in right now on my platform. And so some of you work part-time, some work full-time, some work, you know, mediocre time, some you don't work at all. And you're saying to yourself, I can't afford a real estate sign. Hold on a minute. Maybe you can. These signs are only $3, $4. And so what I did was I want to say I bought 1,000 of them. I want to say I bought 3,000 of them. I just don't remember the story, whether it was 1,000 or 3,000, but I know I bought a lot. And I bought them from a company in Portland, Oregon, Buzz White Signs, B-U-Z, White Signs. I think they're very much still in the business to this day, making real estate type signs. The signs you see, like flipping houses signs, the big yellow and black signs you see around a lot, or different colored signs, or just a real estate sign in general that has two sides to it for a property that may be for sale. But anyway, so that's what I did. I went to intersections. I handed these out. I put them on telephone poles. In Oregon, in Portland metropolitan area, Hillsborough, Gresham, Gladstone, Vancouver, those areas, we're a lot more spread out than most inner cities. And so people do a lot of driving still to this day. And because of it, I had to stop in those off to the side of those intersections and then walk in those intersections and hand that information out by pounding the signs into a post or by pounding them into the ground. Now, I never had any doubt that these would work. I'd seen them work in the 80s, late 70s with my dad's real estate group. I'd seen them work again for me when I went in the mortgage industry, and I just knew they were going to work in this industry. So I was all in all the way. At any given time, I had about, I would venture to say at least 3,000 signs out there. Now, what happened to me got really interesting. At some point, it became such an eyesore for the community in Hillsborough, in Gresham, in Portland, in Gladstone, in Oregon City, that what these communities would do, some of the people, is they would complain. And eventually it made its way into the courtroom, if you can believe this. And it sounds like a lie, but it's the God's honest truth. And the way I got notice about this was, I got a note from a judge in Oregon City, and the judge had written this note to cease and desist putting these signs down. I had like 10 days notice. Long story short, Mr. Martin, if you don't do it, this is going to cost you $100 a day. So I went to my attorney. You can look him up. His name is Dennis Bromka, Bromka. He's out of business now. He's closing in on 80, 85 now. He was with me for years and years, over 35, 40 years. And I got his legal advice, and he said, look, man, this is cheap cost to doing business, and they're starting to write about you in the paper. So why don't you just pay the $100 fine each day? Well, lo and behold, I did it. And then I was paying numerous fines throughout the Portland metropolitan area in Oregon. And lo and behold, if I didn't get in the newspaper on a repetitious basis, to the point where they started to mandate laws based off of this. In fact, we had a guy that went so crazy about these signs. If you can believe this sounds like bullshit, but this is so true. He built this god-awful long pole, had a little chainsaw on it with a really fine blade, and he would cut our signs in half. He'd leave half the sign, and he'd cut the other half off, like he got us. And so what would we do? We'd run around at night and we'd replace these signs. Even when my boys were little, in 2007, 2008, and 2009, they went with me in the car. I took other people. I would pay people $100 an hour or per sign if they were fast to hand signs out. I had signs I was hanging out everywhere. And then during the day, just to let you know, what I would do with those signs is I would have them in my vehicle, and if I saw that one was not at a stop sign or one was not in an intersection because it was missing, I would just stop and replace it quick on my merry way. Anyway, sorry about that. This shirt is getting so loose on me from this cancer, so I apologize. Anyway, so let's go on to the next item I did. The next item I would do every single solitary morning is the black envelope. You already know about the black envelope. I've let the secret out of the bag. You took my class, you know about the black envelope. Why don't a lot of you do it? Look, it's easy to do, it's easy not to do. Again, why wouldn't you do the black envelope? It's easy to do, it's easy not to do. Same with going out and pounding signs in the ground at major intersections, business loans fast with your phone number, putting up a sign in black and white or white and black. Those signs work, folks. I don't know what to tell you. Business loans fast and your phone number. They don't want to know your damn name. They don't care about the damn company name. So get past your bad self. They want money fast for their business and they need a phone number. Take the damn order. That's all you're doing. Anyway, on to the next thing, the black envelope. So the black envelope requires that you get ready. You have to get ready. You got to get postage. You got to get envelopes. You got to get the flyers printed out. Maybe you're going after 10 mattress stores that day. So what would I do each morning? Only Monday through Friday. I didn't work weekends. What I would do is I would hand address 10 black envelopes a day. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I tried a lot more envelopes than that, but I want to tell you something right now. These envelopes are dangerous. They work really well. They're very creative, and they created an environment for me that was massive. So 10 a day, every day, 5 days a week was my mantra. And I did it, by the way, sitting in an outfit that looked just like this, without the shirt, without these pants, and without my belt. And what I did is I was a lot thinner then. I would just sit by my bed quietly while Jane was sleeping, and or Julie was sleeping in 2007, 2008, 2009, and I would, or 2007, 2007. We got a divorce right after 2007. So yeah, I guess I didn't start sleeping with Jane until late 2008. So I apologize. Anyway, I digress. I don't know why the hell I'm talking about that. Anyway, what would I do in the morning? I'd sit in my boxers. I'd hand address 10 black envelopes, stuff them in there. So today maybe I was going after mattress stores or restaurants or liquor stores. I always wanted to be industry specific. I would start that on Monday and I'd work that all the way to Friday. That way all week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I was only talking about liquor stores or mattress stores or restaurants when I was doing my sales pitch. Now, I'll talk about door-to-door in a little bit because I went door-to-door during that week-long period. If I was going after mattress stores, I would be going after mattress stores with the black envelope and, in addition, door-to-door. So that's the black envelope. I like to do the black envelope in the morning at the time. I still do to this day when I'm with the younger people. I like to get them out of the way. They're a pain in the ass. I mean, come on, folks. It becomes redundant after a while, but believe me, they work. And don't forget, I showed you this. I like this stuff. I never had this stuff when I was little. Like a lot of you, I didn't have this. This wasn't fun. You just think what that $20 bill can buy. Think about what that 50 can buy. Think about one of these 100s can buy. And I didn't like not having that. It was very insecure for me. I did not like it. And I don't like not having it on me now. If I get down to 100, 200 in my pocket, I cram more in there. I like to have that money with me a lot. I like to have a lot of money with me. Provides security. Plus, I can help you. I like to give money away. I like to help people. But anyway, long story short, that's the black envelope. Now, Craigslist. I did Craigslist in the same pair of boxers right after I did black envelope, or I did Craigslist beforehand. One or the other. I hate Craigslist. I hate it. A lot of you hate Craigslist. The piece of advertising I teach you, though, is powerful. And it's a call to action, and it works. And it works that day a lot. Oftentimes, it does. Which means you get an immediate call to action and you get business right away. And you can get that over to my partner's division, Ashley's division. You can hand that file in to management@mppfunding.com. You can get an approval that day. We might even be able to fund you that day. Which means you get quan, you get money, you get moolah, you get dough. That's what we're after here. So you don't have to work for the man. So you can get some quan. Take that pressure, that monkey off your back, your wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, your wife, your partner. Get these people off your back, your family, yourself. So that being said, let me take a quick drink of water here. And let me go on to when I would do parking garages. I'm so sorry about that. So parking garages. I did my black Craigslist. I did my Craigslist. I would do 100 of them. It was a real stretch. It would take me 67 minutes to about 73 minutes, if I recall the number right. 67 minutes to 73 minutes, I think. And it was a stretch, folks. It was hard on me. God, you get out there and email number 13, email number 14, it starts to prey on you. But I did them anyway. I did them anyway in 2007. I did them anyway in 2008. I did them anyway in 2009, and it just added to the pile of the loans I had going. Okay? Now, after that, I would shower, shit, shave, eat. You know, back then, Lance Armstrong was going strong, and I was still a believer in Lance Armstrong. So I would eat Power Bar, the original black Power Bar. A lot of you think coffee grounds when you think Power Bar. I loved them. I absolutely loved them, and they really did create energy for me. So I would drink that, and I typically drink a Diet Coke, and out the door I'd go. And where would I go? I'd go to parking garages. Now, some of you think I'm absolutely friggin' lying about these parking garages, but these parking garages are just the short line at the post office also, just like the black envelope and Craigslist and doing the signs, hanging them out in the intersections. So what I would do is I would park, and then I just wait later and get valet parking for free, right? So I'd get a ticket, go somewhere, park. And then what I do, I didn't use the regular envelopes that you folks have that we made you, the medley of envelopes that are in your packet. I just use a black and white flyer, very short. You got to make your flyers short. And those flyers just said something on top like, you know, unsecured working capital for business owners in big letters, and then my phone number, and I would have my first name, Bret. And then I'd have the word fast in italicized words, so it's at an angle, so it just said fast. And that's it, nothing else. Now the beauty of those signs or those handouts is you can put it, you put them underneath their windshield wiper as you're running up the parking garage or walking. You can do this with a friend, grab a cup of coffee and go down there and relax, or a Diet Coke, whatever you're going to use, and whatever your poison is in the morning. And then, you know, you get to the top, maybe you do the odd even. That's what we would do. We'd do the odd even odd. We'd break it up, coming up, going down, going up, coming down. Just put a system in place and do it. There's nothing to it, okay? You're going to get a call to action. Many of those men and women are business owners, entrepreneurs, and they're down there and they're going to give you a call, okay? So after I got done with the parking garages, I got my note there. I'd go from the parking garages to the office. Now, I would arrive at the office. This is when it gets fun for me. Typically between 8:30 a.m. and 9 a.m. And people were just arriving. Folks, I can't give you my phone. I'm actually filming on my phone. I apologize. I'm an idiot. I apologize. I'm not an idiot. Anyway, I'm a dork. And I was going to grab my phone and show you something, but folks, listen to me. My phone was ringing off the hook already. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. My phone was ringing off the hook. But I was surrounded by people whose phones were not running off the hook in this industry. And they're trying to figure out how to do it. And I'm telling them over and over again, I'm teaching them. But see, they're unwilling to get up. They had to sleep in. They had to go to bed early. They weren't fit. They always have these damn violin stories. So no big deal. I went on with my day. What I would do typically there is get my supplies, check messages, office messages. We're in a transition from cell phone, email to voicemail, you know, all that shit that goes along. Some people are still mailing me back the application, mailing me back interest in a small business loan or merchant cash advance. So it was kind of a weird, obscure, abnormal transformation world, 2007, 2008, 2009, from that person, for that reason. But out the office I would go. Staff was lined out on what to do. Take me 30, 40, 50 minutes, an hour to get ready to go, and then off I'd go. And then what I would do is I'd go door to door. I'd go to businesses door to door. So if I'm going after mattresses stores, boom, mattress stores open at 10 a.m., I'm there, man. I'm there. Clients are not there. Come on, folks, no one's buying a mattress at 10 a.m. People buy mattresses at noon. People buy mattresses just prior to after work, and they buy mattresses after work and on the weekends. So this was an audience that I had that was an audience I could target at a mattress store, a liquor store, a restaurant, and not have all the business or the consumers there. Now, you just have to keep in mind, if you're going to go to hotels and motels, you don't want to go to hotels and motels during checkout hours. I mentioned that always in class. So use your head there. So I do my door-to-door. Typically, I would do, 6, 7, 8, never 9, 10. Always landed a business within 1, 2, 3, 4 walk-ins, always. And then you're there 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour with a jeweler, a banquet hall or an event planner or a restaurant or a liquor store. You're there with them for that time. I like to end on a high note, so I typically would quit unless my schedule was longer that day, and then I'd go a little bit more door-to-door to business owners. Now, I know some of you don't have gas. Some of you don't have the public transit for that. Excuse me, don't worry about it. I'm giving you all sorts of other opportunities here. So don't be myopic and all of a sudden say, that's not for me, I'm out. Okay, now, then I telemarket. Now, I always made sure that my cell phone was charged up really well. Back then, our data sources were Sales Genie, Info USA, Hoover's, those type of sales sources. And quite honestly, folks, that was a really archaic and antiquated way of getting data. But that's how we had to mine or pan data or get data, whatever you want to call it. And so I would get 10 pieces of data a day, and then I do my telemarketing. You've heard my telemarketing scripting. I do 6 separate scripts on my 4th final day of class. If you don't have that 4th final day for telemarketing, reach out to me and just say, send me day 4 in the subject line. Don't write me a note in the body. Just say, send me day 4, and then just fast forward it till you get to my scripting and listen to what I say and what I did and what I promote for telemarketing. Now, after I was done each day telemarketing, folks, this is a full day already for most people. Hell, I'm only 1:30, 2 o'clock, 2:15, 2:30 in the afternoon. But after that, I would telemarket the black envelope. So what I would do is I would call the doctors I had sent the envelope out to last week, or the chiropractors, or the furniture stores, and I would have a target market person in mind, and I would just ask them, hey, is Blaine there? Or, hey, can you grab Blaine for me? Or, hey, can you grab Brenda for me? Or, hey, grab Brenda for me quick. That sounds more authoritative. And then they just get Brenda, and Brenda get on the phone and say, hey, Brenda, Bret Martin here. Last week I sent you a black envelope in the mail regarding your mattress store. I was simply calling today to see if you needed any unsecured working capital for your mattress store or your liquor store. And if you did, keep in mind that flyer allows you, or our business allows you to go up to $1 million when we close these loans in 1 to 2 days. Oftentimes the same day as the application, and this money's unsecured. Sometimes they cut me off. Most of the time they didn't, folks. People are really nice to you. They just are. If you've got your spiel down, even if you screw it up, keep going. What does Winston Churchill say when going through hell? Keep right on going, or at least I paraphrased it enough for you, you understand. But anyway, so that's my telemarketing. That's what I would do with the black envelope, and that's what I would do with standard telemarketing. Now, the PSA resistance for me always, if I've said that correctly, and I know I haven't. For some of you, it really bothers you the way I say that, but it is what it is. I apologize. Is I loved bank loan turndowns. I don't train on bank loan turndowns anymore. I'm going to start training on bank loan turndowns really soon, the next 2 or 3 weeks, but I don't. But I can tell you right now, bank loan turndowns are a great market. You're not going to get them to give you their private information, like a social security number. You're not going to get them to give you an application of theirs. Like Wells Fargo is not going to give you, a banker is not going to give you a Wells Fargo application and say, here's their information, you can have their loan. That's bullshit. All right, so if you're thinking that, God, come on, wake up. They're not going to give you that, all right? What they are going to do, though, is they're going to give you an opportunity. Why? Why? Because here's what they do all day. They turn business loans down all day, and they upset their merchants, their business owners. So now they can say to them, hey, Blaine, or hey, Brenda, We're not going to be able to bid. Wells Fargo's not going to be able to do your business loan, unfortunately. But we have someone that might be able to help you. His name is Bret Martin. Here's his phone number. And his name of his company, or the name of the company he represents, is Mom and Pop Business Funding. And they close loans in 1 to 2 days, oftentimes the same day as the application. If you want to give him a yell, it sounds like he will help you or be able to help you. And you plug your name in there, not my name, obviously. Believe me, folks, I know what I'm talking about. At my peak, I had over 80 branches feeding me over 300 loans a month at Key Bank alone. That's not Wells Fargo and US Bank in addition. So argue as you will, it works. Easy to do, easy not to do. Now I'm only 25 minutes in. Hang in there, I'm almost done. So I talked about bank loan turn down. Now don't discount the Rotary and La Tips and your Chamber of Commerce, folks. I'm looking at my notes there, and I got to get another drink. I apologize. This cancer's got my throat feeling like needles. Don't discount your Rotary. Don't discount your Chamber of Commerce. Sorry, I dropped my notes. It's on a whiteboard, a little whiteboard. See my little whiteboard? There's my little whiteboard. It's got my notes on it. Isn't my whiteboard cute? Anyway, that's what I use for notes now that I talk to people around the house, because I'm really starting to lose my voice, and it looks like it may go. I've still got 3 weeks of chemo and radiation. Anyway, Rotary, Chamber of Commerce, do not, and La Tips, do not discount it. Now, La Tips, you can learn how to publicly speak really well there. Rotary and Chamber are more business related. Go get your feet wet, get your nose hit, get your jaw broke. Who cares? You're going to get a little bloody. Go look like a fool. Get some guts. Grab yourself a whiskey. Hell, grab yourself 2 whiskeys or a couple beers. Maybe you're a bong hit or a cigar person or a spliff person. I don't know. Maybe you like to do drugs, but take what you need. Get on it. Get to a Rotary meeting. Get to a meeting in Chamber of Commerce. Be a fly on the wall. Hang out in the back for a little while. I loved it when they would give me the microphone, and I still do. The most recent trip I talk about all the time was in Chicago, Illinois, and it was like a doggone auction afterwards. Everybody in the damn place seemed to want to be around us, the 3 of us that had business loans that were unsecured. They didn't want to be around anyone else. They didn't give a damn about the person that was there representing the printing company, or the person that was there representing the restaurant, or the person that was there renting, I don't know, or representing, I don't know, the local furniture store. They cared about us, and they needed that money, and they wanted that money fast. So it can cause a real stir at a Chamber of Commerce meeting and a Rotary meeting. Now, I had CPAs, certified public accountants. Some of you would never steer towards that market because you look at it that they vibrate in a higher level than you. But I'm going to tell you something. Their clients don't. And that's who you're here to help. And along the way, you help their clients, and it helps you. So you've got to come out of your vanity a little bit. You help their clients, and it helps you. So that's all you're going to do. Go to the front desk. Ask that lady. Ask that gentleman if you could just leave a flyer. No. Tell them you're going to leave a flyer. Turn the flyer around, lay it on the desk, and say, I see your name's Nancy. Nancy, I'd like to leave this with you. Please get this to one of the CPAs in the back, if you would. This is for business owners. We lend money up to $1 million in 2 to 3 days, oftentimes the same day as the application. And this money's unsecured, and your CPA would probably really benefit from showing this to some of your clients that need working capital that are not able to get it through the bank. Now, I've only been at this 29 minutes and 30 seconds, and I told you my entire marketing campaign. That's all I did. That's it. That's all I did. I did it Monday. I did it Tuesday. I did it Wednesday. I did it Thursday. I did it Friday. Some days I did it for an hour or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10. Some days I would only get in 3 hours and 17 minutes, 2 hours and 11 minutes, 4 hours and 18 minutes, 5 hours and 16 minutes. Why would I only get in 5 hours and 16 minutes? Why would I only get in an hour and a half worth of marketing that day? Why would I only get in 4 hours worth of marketing that day? Because life got in my way. The dentist got in my way. The doctor's office got in my way. Our children had problems with their health. They had problems at school. I was having problems in our marriage. We were going through a divorce. We were ripping an estate apart. We were selling everything we owned, which was a lot of stuff. All that stuff comes into play during your day and ruins your day. But that doesn't mean that I didn't do my marketing that day. I never quit. In 2007, 2008, 2009 through September, I never quit. I never quit Monday through Friday. I would take 4 paid 1-week vacations a year. That's it. The rest of the weeks, I was marketing. Okay? Now, that's not all day, every day. I've told you that before. That's why I like that Spencer Johnson book, The 1 Minute Manager and the 1 Minute Salesperson, because you don't have to do this all day, every day. Anyway, there it is for you. Yes, I still got the cancer. Yes, everything's going great. There's the tube. You can still see it. It's still there. It's in my body. If I don't open my shirt enough, some of you are going to say he doesn't have cancer. He's lying. You can't believe people, what they're saying about me. He's lying. There's my PICC lines right there. Underneath that, you can see them plain as day, where they put the chemo in today. Chemo is Tuesday, by the way. And so radiation and chemo are going great. I'm on my 5th week of 7 weeks. I have 2 weeks to go. I had really bad mouth sores. You can see it. And guess what they found out? You're not going to believe this. So they went back in time and asked me this question: did you have cold sores when you were a kid? I said, yeah, I did. A lot of them on my lips and on my facial structure. They put me on this medicine. I don't have it. This big blue pill that you can stick in water. I started yesterday, midday, and it's already cleaned up about 90% of the sores in my mouth, which is making my mouth so unbelievable that I can swallow water again without that pins and needles. So I should be able to breeze through this next couple weeks of chemo and radiation and finish the program strong. Anyway, I want to thank you. I want to welcome you to Mom and Pop Business Funding. If for some reason you haven't engaged this yet, quit making a mountain out of a molehill. You don't have to get ready. Don't get paralysis via analysis. Just step in the game. Go make 500 flyers for 2 cents a piece at Kinko's, or I don't even know if they're in business anymore. Staples, Office Max, Office Depot. Go run a parking garage. Get some momentum going. Get started. Go door to door. I'm looking at my notes. You know I am. I'm looking right at them. There's my little notes. Go door to door. Go door to door. You know, where's the black envelope? Put the black envelope in place. Go to Craigslist. I mean, I don't have anything else to sell you. I don't have anything else to tell you. This is how I built the largest organization in this industry. First, second, or third, we fight back and forth. And we just hit $5 billion. I'm sorry, I don't usually comb my mustache, and damn hairs are getting in my mustache, but we just started servicing our $5 billionth in these small business loans, folks. This money's for real. This gig's for real. All right, now, you want to tune into my next video here in the next 2 or 3 nights. I'm going to show you how to make $1 million a year at this, and how many loans it takes to close each week and each month to make $1 million a year. I want you to think about this before you go. 1 loan closed, 1, at an average of $108,300, pays you more than $7,000. 10 times $7,000 is $70,000. $70,000 a month is $840,000 a year. That's only 10 loans closed a month. You close 12 or 13, you've hopped over that $1 million mark. I'll talk more about this in my next video. Peace, love, and kindness in all your directions. Have a great evening, a great morning, a great day, wherever this finds you. If you get a chance, you want to share this with a family member or a friend, go right ahead. They're welcome to come onto my platform anytime. Our heart is open, our minds are open, our pocketbooks are open, and we're ready to pay you.